food. Hey, how's it going? Good to see y'all here. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you being here at the barbecue channel. Now, once again, because it's December time, going outside and cooking is not always conducive with things being in our lives. But we can cook inside, and it is almost Christmas time. So I want to show you something that we're making for Christmas, which as of recording is tomorrow night at my son's house. We're making some food to have over there. No turkeys, no hams, no craziness like that. We like small foods, casual, easy, laid back. We got the old cast iron wok out. What the heck do we do with a wok? We're gonna make meatballs. And this is gonna be a process to show you exactly what we're gonna do, and it's actually gonna have to partly take place tomorrow because I can't prepare this stuff ahead of time like that because things will get ruined. I'll show you as we go along. Number one is meatballs. Now you can make your own fresh meatballs if you want. We're using frozen ones, mostly because it's time saving and I'm lazy as all get up. Right? Lazy, ain't I? All right, let's get to work. We're gonna put a couple different things on here. I gotta find the other one. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's definitely not it. Nope. What do you think? Let's try that one. Mystery. We'll use mystery seasoning. This is actually a pleasing for steak, for game, for other things. It smells amazing. I love it. Real simple. We're gonna do, starting off with safflower oil. Hopefully keep the meatballs from sticking. We're gonna give them just a little bit of love with that. And then we're gonna put them all in. Now I'm probably only gonna use half of these for the dish that I'm gonna make in this, but there's nothing wrong with leftover meatballs. How hot is it? Pretty dang hot. Let's go. We got a whole bunch of meatballs gonna be in there cooking. Those are gonna be fantastic. And what we're trying to do is we're not just trying to warm them up. It'd be real easy to take these meatballs and just throw them in the microwave or throw them in the oven and let them cook for 30 minutes. That's great to do that if that's what you want. We want more flavor. By the way, I got a brand new handy dandy bamboo cleaner for my wok. We're gonna see how that works out today. Probably won't show that though. But I've been without one for a number of years and I really like it. Especially with these cast iron ones. So this is pretty self-explanatory. We're getting these meatballs warmed up. And before they get too warm, we're going to season them right away. And we're going to add a glaze. Actually, we'll add the seasoning first. Give it about 5 minutes and then we'll glaze it. So there's some seasoning to go in our meatballs. Everybody around here likes seasoning. Made locally. We love it. Good stuff. We want to get this thing really hot. Trying to get as hot as my stove will let me get this cast iron wok because, quite frankly, it's not a gas powered. It's electric with a glass top, and it doesn't get as hot as I'd like it to, especially with this big monster. But we'll get the job done. No worries. Since these are frozen solid, this is going to take a little bit longer than what it should. So I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to cook these for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'll show you the next step, all right? Cool. All right, so the meatballs are getting warmed up pretty good. Actually, a couple of them I had to run downstairs quick. A couple of them got a little dark on them, but that's all right. Not going to hurt them any. We're running at a really high temperature, so keeping the food moving usually is very important. I just had to go downstairs. Got a little stir-fry sauce. Not exactly what we're going for in this situation, but we're going to use it anyway because we want to glaze these meatballs. We want to glaze them up so they have a nice extra layer of flavor. So we're going to use this sauce to glaze these meatballs. You can hear them sizzling right away. Oh man, I wish I had a smellophone. You could smell this. Oh, it smells really good, I'm telling you. So we're not just looking to coat them like you would if you're making marinara sauce, or maybe you're doing the meatballs on the toothpicks, you know, with barbecue sauce, that kind of thing. Well, that's not really what we're going for. A lot of times when I do this, I'll use like almost like a jelly or a syrup and wine together. But we're going for a different flavor this time. So we're getting them all glazed up nice and happy. Now I almost need more temperature. That's all right, we'll get it done. So we got our glaze. They're all pretty mixed up, looking good. Check a look at that. Glaze is a little thick, but again, as these cook, that glaze will cook down. We put a little bit of water in the bottle just to get all the extra sass out of there, so we got plenty of it. That's going to cook down as the heat goes on, and the beet goes on. And once these are done, I'm going to have to put these in the refrigerator overnight. That's perfectly okay. I think what I might do, you think we just do a large bowl of saran wrap on it? Probably the best thing to do? Yeah, okay. So that's what we're going to do with those.
Like that blue bowl up top.
I don't think that one's even near big enough.
I don't think so.
We got to go big. Let's go big. We know that one's big enough. That was my cereal bowl in high school. I burned a lot of calories back then compared to what I do now. So this will probably take another 4 or 5 minutes to get these things, you know, get this out here. Come on over here for just a second. I just want to show you this. And you see down in there, see how there's a bit of runny sauce at the bottom? We want to let that get cooked off so it gives us a nice true glaze to these meatballs. Like I say, we'll come back in a few minutes when that's getting all done up. We'll take these off and we'll show you the next step.
Go.
Alright, so we got a few more minutes on these. These have been cooking. Just about done. If you look at the difference, let me show you the difference real quick if I can get the meatballs to cooperate. There's almost no sauce left in the bottom. Just a little bit of thickness. So another minute or two and these will be done. But in the meantime, taste test is always important. A little cold in the middle of it. But that's alright. Because we're going to warm them again tomorrow. And they're going to bake inside of our project. So they're really good. A little saltier than what I normally like, but John Q. Public salt levels, perfect. They're great. Alright, so I'm going to take these out, I think. Because I think that glaze is thickened up pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty thick. So we'll take them out. Excuse my bad camera angle here. I got to turn that heater off. We'll try this new brush out in a minute. Alright. So there we've got our meatballs done. That was pretty easy to do. It didn't take a whole lot to get that done. You can see the color on those. Oops, here, you tip that down. There you go. You see the color on them? They're going to be really nice. We're going to let them cool and we're going to put them in the refrigerator overnight until we assemble tomorrow. I'm going to get this wok cleaned up and we'll show you the next things we're going to do. Alright, step 2. We've got sliced mozzarella. You can get the stuff your own and slice it your own, but again, I'm kind of lazy. Don't care to do that much work. Now what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to take just a couple to show you. What we're going to be doing is we're only going to need like a quarter of a slice for each one of the things that we're making. So we're going to take these and cut them into quarters. 12 slices, I think I got 48. Yep, that'll be just right. So we're going to cut these up real quick. And I can't do a lot of other preparations tonight, but I did want to get done as much as I can. Because Danielle and I are going to be at Cooley Cards and Gaming tomorrow till 2 o'clock, working the Christmas Eve shift. You know, they asked her to work, and I said, well, she says, Dad, what are we doing? And I said, well, we're going to Mikey's, and a lot of other people are going out of town for Christmas Eve and that kind of thing, and they need more time with their families, and that's perfectly fine. We're going to have our time. This way, the rest of the gang can be off for Christmas Eve, and we can, you know, hold the ship up while they do that. So we'll get done about 2 o'clock. That'll be to Mikey's about 3:30. That should give me enough time to get things done before we head over there. And everything's in town, so it's not like we got like a 2-hour drive or anything. So it'll be relatively easy. So we're gonna get them done. Last 2 right there, easy money. Easy money. We'll get those put away. You know, put them in a Ziploc, put them away for the night, and they'll be ready for us tomorrow. Next step, coming up. Okay, next step, gang. We have, you've seen us do these before, the King's Hawaiian Sliders. Absolutely love these sweet rolls. They're fantastic. One thing we did learn last year when we made the burger sliders out of them is they like to stick to the pan. Apparently the parchment paper likes to stick to the box. There we go. So we got smart. We're going to put parchment paper in the bottom of this pan. Now, if I remember correctly, which there's about a 50-50 shot of that, 2 of these King's Hawaiian rolls, if you will fit perfectly in this pan. If that's the case, we're in business. If that's not the case, we got to figure something else out. But I love these buns. You can eat these without butter. You can eat these without anything. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. The only downside to it is I've got 4 of them. I can only do 2 at a time. I won't be home to do the other 2. We'll have to figure it out. Either that or we're gonna be having leftovers at home. And I'm okay with that. If they taste good, why the heck not? Right?
Depends on what Mike's making.
There we go. That looks like a perfect fit to me. What do you guys think? Oh, excuse me. Nose is running. Go catch it! Last year, remember, we made the sliders, and I made that piece of meat that fit that pretty much all the buns together. We're not doing that this year. This year, we're going to try something different. We are going to take these, and we're going to go the hard way to hollow these out. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm willing to give it a try. Gotta love those rolls. So we're gonna cut all these out. And I don't need to show you that on camera because you guys can see after I've done 2 of them exactly what I'm doing. Eating the leftover. Well, these are really good. Hey, baby. Gibby. So you can see we're going to have those hollowed out. Now, as you can probably imagine, since we cut up mozzarella cheese, we glaze meatballs, you can probably guess what steps are going to be next. Allow me to show you some of them. They will include, but not be limited to, your tomato and basil garlic sauce. Now again, more often than not, I'm probably going to make my own tomato sauce or marinara sauce because I just like making it. The reason I don't want to put these together ahead of time is if I put this stuff in there, the bread's going to be soggy by morning, and we don't want to make soggy bread. So tomorrow, when we get home, there's going to be an assembly line of spoonful of sauce, meatball, mozzarella cheese that we just cut up, and a sprinkle of Parmesan on the top. Should be pretty fantastic. So we're gonna get these done up, put them to bed for the night, put us to bed for the night. Show you this tomorrow afternoon on the way to Mikey's. Hey, we're back. It's day 2, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever way you celebrate. We celebrate food. Come on over, let's go take a look. Now, this is day 2. Come on over here. You guys remember from earlier in the video, we were making these sweet Hawaiian rolls with all the goodies inside. Now, what we decided to do, since I'm at so many of them, because I plan on making more, I don't have. Wow, these are even big for these. Should have cut them smaller. Mozzarella cheese going in the bottom. And you remember we cut the cheese yesterday, right? Now part of the reason I'm putting this in the bottom is we're going to be running the marinara sauce in there, and that's going to kind of try to soak into the bread. Well, we don't want it soaking through the bottom and making a mess. So I figure if we use the cheese as a little bit of a inhibitor for that to happen. Oh, that one got ripped. Whoops. We'll put that over there for now. So since we're actually going to be tearing these down, and I didn't do a perfect job of cutting these out, whatever. You know, you make it how you make it. See what happens. 1 pepperoni. Basically, we want to make this like a pizza bite or pizza slider, almost, if you will, I guess. We're going to put a pepperoni in each one. Hopefully we got some smaller meatballs that fit in a couple of these, because a couple of them are kind of small. But we'll see what happens. You know, that's the great thing about food, gang. You can experiment and you can make things any way you want them to be. Some of the perfect people out there will tell you, well, you have to cook it a certain way, and you can't do, and you have to. Your food, your family, your stomach, you make it how you want. The only rule you should follow is what you want to do. All right. I warmed these up a little bit in the oven just so they will get the temperature faster than they would if they were coming out of the refrigerator. This way they can be warm, and we just have to basically kind of freshen up the buns a little bit. That's kind of what we're looking to do. So we're going to put this is a test tray, let's say it that way. And the oven is ready, perfect, nice. We add one meatball to each one. New twist on old meatball. Maybe that's what I'll call this video, huh? And there we go. And the last one I'm going to do, Parmigiano. Now again, you can get your own block of print. This thing is just a jerk. You get your own Parmesan, shred it yourself if you prefer it that way. And me, I'm always short of time. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put in the sauce. I'm slipping, gang. I gotta take the meatballs out. Me, barbecue man makes mistakes. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes because you can always correct them. You get in there, pepperoni. Stop coming out to play. Piece of cake, no problem. We fix it right up. Now there's not a lot of room in these things, so we're not going to go hog wild with the sass. We'll grab a little spoon. Just a little sass. Can't believe I almost forgot that. Boy, that would have been terrible about those, huh? Pretty easy to do. You can do this on your own, right? You got this all figured out. You're smart people. After all, you watch the Barbecue Man's channel. You gotta be smart people. Now, take two on the meatballs. Where'd my fork go? There it is. There we go. Now we're back in the business. Back in the business. Now again, I'm using a glass one for this test thing, a Pyrex bowl or Pyrex pan, if you will. I don't usually cook in glass. I'm used to cast iron because that's what I use outside most of the time. Yeah. But we parchment papered it anyway because we had a little consensus amongst the chefs in the house. And we couldn't decide whether or not that was going to cause us an issue. So to be safe, we just put parchment paper down. Nothing wrong with being safe. Better to be safe than salad bar, right? Give them a little Parmesan love. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It's probably only going to take about 10 minutes at 350 degrees, maybe less. You got to just kind of keep an eye on once the Parmesan starts to melt. As long as the buns aren't getting burnt, we'll let the Parmesan melt down. And I'm going to prepare the other pan that I started last night, but I'm not going to cook that one until we get over to my son's house. So we'll put this one in the oven. We'll prepare the other pan, and we'll show you what they look like when they come out. All right, so we got this pan all done up, as you can see. Lots of cheese. We had probably more cheese than what we should have had, but you know, we're in Wisconsin. More cheese is good. Cheese is a food group.
Sneeze.
All by itself. Sneeze is a food group, exactly. So I'm going to cover this one up, and this one we're going to take over to Mikey's to cook. We'll cook it there. Again, 350, 10 minutes in the oven. Should be just fine. We're about to find out.
I'm about to find out.
You're about to find out. One-eyed jackrabbit can be the king. It's a stapler. All right, let's see what we got. I think they look pretty good. Well, let's find out.
I'm about to find out.
There we go. Let's take a look and see. We'll check it. I'm not going to turn the oven off yet just because I want to check to see how they are for doneness. Now, buns didn't get too crunchy, so that's good. Remember, the sliders got a little bit crunchy last year, so I'm going to take one of these out. Really cool. And we'll see how they taste.
I wouldn't put it in the styrofoam bowl.
Yeah, you're probably right. We might have to have a styrofoam sandwich at that point, right? Better?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters, right? All right, here we go, the paring knife. We'll cut these. I'm going to cut 3 of them because I got a funny feeling if they taste good, everybody that's here is going to want to taste test them, right? Yeah, I could have left them in a minute longer, but that's all right.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Hey, spatulers.
No.
Well, come on. They don't want to play spatula games.
I heard an angry puppy.
So, let's put them in there. We'll let them rest for a minute. All right, a minute's up. No, I'm kidding. I want to try those. They look really good. I probably could have let them go a minute longer. You can see the cheese wasn't quite melted. It's warm, but they're not quite melted. I think I'm going to turn that off. You're just going to have at it, huh?
Just showing it.
It wasn't very hard to make them either, you know? I mean, we glazed the meatballs last night, warmed them up in the microonda today, put everything together. As you can see, we assemble them pretty easily. How does it work?
Yeah, it's hot.
Of course it's hot. It was in the oven, honey.
Not like warm bread.
Yeah? Does it taste like a pizza kind of a thing going on? Fantastic. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. Look at that.
Toast.
Salud.
Oh.
I think they turned out great.
Oh.
Exactly. Well, there we go. We made pizza meatball sliders, if you want to call them that. Love King's Hawaiian bread. They make up such a good little snack like that. They make great sliders. With this is the second year
So
we've
bad for you though.
Who cares? We do it once a year. Right? Who cares? Oh, wash it down nicely. So there you go. We're all done now. We're going to take this stuff and get on presents all wrapped up and head on over to Mikey's house and have Christmas time. So thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being
Mary
here.
Chrysler.
Yeah. Happy holidays, however you celebrate. Like, share, subscribe, ring a ding, bell notification, comment below. Yeah, give us them thumbs. We really appreciate that.
Broken thumbs. Not
We're
actually
almost
broken.
at 25,000 subs. You guys have been helping us immensely. We need you to push us this last week to get us over the hump so we can have a New Year's celebration of 25,000 subscribers. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We do appreciate that. You guys helping to make our Christmas wish come true. Till next time, gang. We made the good foods. And you can do it too. So get out and try.